Alright guys, so today I've got the Sinister Syndicate team. 6 of the Sinister Syndicate members that came from Web of Spider-Man. This isn't all of them, there is a 7th, and he actually has the Sinister Syndicate team ability, where this Venom does not. It's Mysterio. I've looked at him, I've had the opportunity to get him, he's only okay, so I've not really wanted to trade for him that much. But who we have here is Sandman, the Chameleon, Venom, Dr. Octopus, Scorpion, and the Green Goblin. And like I said, they all have the Sinister Syndicate team ability, except for him, who also has Spider-Man Ally. And then he's also got no team ability. And the Sinister Syndicate team ability is you get to share your attack values to anyone adjacent to you. So who we have here is the Sandman, who we begin on, is 5'9", 18'2", with phase, quake, toughness, and shape change. He kind of switches gears and gets this special power where he has plasticity, and if you fail to break away from him, you take a damage. You're dealt 1 damage. And it is penetrating or unavoidable. I don't remember offhand, so you can't avoid it. It's going to go through all your defensive reducers and stuff. And he's also got poison. So if you don't have a defense reducer, then you try to break away, you fail, he's got plasticity, you take a damage, and then you take poison. He stays like that for a while. He goes up to 10 attack with 3 damage with exploit weakness, and then he gets invuln, same combat values. His defense actually goes up. His attack goes down, same thing everywhere else. And then he gets 5'8", 18'2" with regeneration. He loses that special power for phase, so it helps you get out of there and then to regen. Pretty nice figure. He's one of my favorite of the 6. And then we have Chameleon, who has Stealth, Incap, Mastermind, and a special power where he can use Shape Change, but he can it's also successful on 4 instead of just 5 or 6. It's 4, 5, or 6. So you just have to roll 4, 5, or 6 and he gets it. And he's also got a trait where anyone within line of fire can't use Alter Ego. He's pretty much a one-trick pony. You know, he's pretty bland. Loses defense, loses stealth, gets willpower, loses Incap. He's only okay. You pretty much use him for the Incap and as a little tie-up piece because of the nice shape change power. Then you have Venom, whose trait is plasticity, and he's got charge with 10 movement, 10 attack with super strength, 17 defense with toughness, and 3 damage with web tendrils. And he can use TK option 1, which is the one that lets you move an opponent, and after you move your opponent, they get a web token. He's got 4 range, 87 points. And then he gets into stealth, which is kind of nice. Loses an attack, gains 2 attack, keeps that 3 damage, and then this is where his alter ego starts, because you can alter ego him from Eddie Brock. 8, 10, 16, 3, and he's got steel energy with leap climb. He gets that white box back with the telekinesis. He loses any defense powers, still has shape or steel energy though, and then he bumps up to 4 damage and he goes down to 9 attack. So not too bad, not too good, not the greatest way to spend 87 points, but there are definitely worse ways to spend 87 points. Excuse me. And then next we have easily my favorite figure in the entire set. We have Dr. Octopus. And the first thing I want to say about Dr. Octopus is he can use Perplex on himself 4 times. That's what that attack power is. Perplex on himself 4 times. That is a lot of Perplex. Lot of Perplex. I mean, that means you can bump his attack up to 13 and his damage up to 2, or his damage up to 4 and his attack up to 11. I mean, the possibilities are endless. So I've used it to perplex up his range and hit people. He's also got Outwit, Mastermind, 8 movement with Leap Climb, and with the 121, the only person you can't mastermind off to is the Green Goblin on this team. And he's also got the Sinister Syndicate team ability. So that's kind of nice because he could use the attack values later dial. So then that he loses an attack and a defense. He changes from Leap Climb to Plasticity, but he gains another damage. He gets Quake and loses that 4 Perplex power. Gets Charge with Quake, which is nice. Charge Quake and then back to Outwit. That power on his on his damage, I completely forgot it was there, is Flurry. Nothing really special about that. He just has Flurry. And then he's dead. So really nice, mostly for that Outwit with the 4 Perplexes. He can only use them on himself. And his trait is adjacent, friendly, Sinister Syndicate characters with the team ability, not the keyword, can't have their speed or attack values countered, so they can't be outwitted or anything like that. And then we have Scorpion, which is probably one of the better sculpts for the common and common rare set. He's only okay. I like him more than some others do. He's got 2 range, 62 points, 8, 10, 16, 3 with Leap Climb, Super Strength, and Toughness. And then he gets 8, 9, 16, 2 with Quake, but it's 2 squares out from him instead of just the normal 1 and adjacent, I mean. He loses a Leap Climb and he gets Plasticity. And then he gains Exploit Weakness, which I'm not sure if that stacks with Quake or not. It might, but I'm not sure. You may have to look. He loses another attack, loses Toughness, and then he's dead. For 62 points, he's not bad. I mean, it's the same way with that Venom. There's worse ways to spend points than that. I like him. I personally like him. I know a lot of people think he's a waste of points, but I think he's a pretty fun little figure to play. And then we have the Green Goblin, who is just like an immaculate sculpt. There's just a lot of detail in the smoke and in the character. My paint job looks pretty good. He's 122 points, or 66 if you alter ego into him. And he's got 9, 10, 17, 3 with Running Shot, Super Strength, Perplex, and Combat Reflexes with Toughness. That's his white box. 6 range, not too bad. And then he gets that all back, and he changes to Energy Explosion instead of Super Strength, which is, you know, obviously a little bit more compatible with Running Shot. Same kind of stuff, except he loses a defense. Can't really tell the angle because of his smoke. It's hard to get a good shot on his stats. And there he gets another white box on his attack that lets him use Energy Explosion as if he had 3 lightning bolts, but he only has a range of 4. So it's a trade-off. You lose 2 range, but you gain 2 lightning bolts. Still has Running Shot with 3 damage. Then he gets regular Toughness instead of the white box, and he only loses Perplex for that 1 click, and then he gains it right back. And then he's got Force Blast by this time, and then his last few clicks, he's got 2 damage with 8 attack. He's Earthbound. He gets Regen back, and then he's dead. So he's 8 clicks deep. I believe he's the thickest of the Sinister Six from this set. The only one that might be able to compete with him is Sandman, and he's only 8 or 7, I mean. So there you have it. They're right under 600 points, which is kind of cool. Sinister Six, 600 points. There's 40 points left for feats or pogs or whatever you guys like to do with your points. Pretty nice little team. I enjoy it. I think I've played this team once and it didn't do too bad. It was a big game. There were 6 of us in the one game, so I liked it. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. So play on, guys.